airfield 208. The clouds seem to look better than they have done for me before. Maybe it's just been my settings that have been out, but yeah, they do look a lot better now. There's still the occasional pixelation on some of them. You see just over here in front of me there is, but look around the rest of it seems to be pretty good. Right, way back to flying. Just under 6 miles to the next waypoint, and then we'll start around on the approach. Hopefully it will stay as planned, and they're giving us runway 11 left. Right there anyway. Good 6,000 miles. Exit departure United 559, ready for descent.
United 559er, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, United 559.
United 559er, contact Zhuhai approach on 119er decimal 025.
119er decimal 025, United 559. Good day. Zhuhai approach United 559 with you through 5,100 for 4,000 feet.
United 559er, Zhuhai departure identified. Good evening, Zhongshan QNH 1008.
QNH 1008, United 559.
United 559er, climb 6,000.
United 559 ready for descent.
United 559er, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
Roger, 4,000 feet, United 559. Well, that's a first on any power station I've seen so far. The cooling towers have got lights on there. Now, hopefully, we might start seeing some other lights appearing. Things like nav lights have not been showing up well on an aircraft, but it'd be nice to see in the future. Just for the benefit of anyone who might be watching, they are cooling towers because of the steam out, and that's all it is, steam, water for cooling. The little one is the stack. Very commonly put on mainstream media that climate change here, all your power stations destroying the atmosphere, and they show steam coming out of the stack. That's all it is, pure water. Very misleading. But anyway, back to flying. Shouldn't bore you all with my daytime job. And just in case anyone is watching and wondering, yeah, I'm a power station engineer. I operate a power station. I'm in charge of a shift there. Quite an enjoyable job. Doing this all day would be even more enjoyable. I do have an aircraft background as well, because before going into the power industry, I was in the Royal Air Force. Ground crew, I wasn't air crew. Lucky enough to fly a couple of times in a few different aircraft. But
United 559er, climb 6,000.
United 559 ready for descent.
United 559er, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, United 559, roger. Well, this seems to be a bit of a SayIntentions thing at the moment. When I try to descend, it's telling me to go back up again, but then lets me stay where I am. When you look on the stars here, we'll be coming down here at the moment. Hope you can see that properly on there. Doesn't show an altitude there. The first altitude limes 6,000 to 3,000. Although it does show Canto and Murray at flight level 130.
United 559er, can you please expedite your climb to 6,000 feet?
Right, I'm fed up with this moaning at me now, so I'm just going to go back up to 6,000. It doesn't listen to what we want to do. I bet as soon as I get there, it wants me to come down again. Rather pretty sky. Right, local time here is 1904, so it should be a nice dusk approach and landing. Outside temperature at nearly 6,000 feet is 17 degrees, so it'll be a couple of degrees warmer down there. Clouds 28 degrees. Let's have a look and see what we've got. 180s. Two 7050.
On initial contact, you have information, Quebec. Hong Kong International Airport, informate 30 Zulu. Wind 065 at 8. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 1,000 feet. Sky conditions, view at 1,000 feet. Temperature 28. Dew point 23. QNH 1009er. Density altitude 1700 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 07 left, 07 right, 07 center. Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec. Hong Kong International Airport, information Quebec. 1030 Zulu. Wind 065 at 8. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 1,000 feet. Temperature 28. Dew point 23. QNH 1009er. Density altitude 1700 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 07 left, 07 right, 07 center. Advise on initial contact you have information Quebec. Hong Kong International. Temperature 28.
climb flight level 370, Cathay 147 heavy.
Cathay 147, contact Hong Kong radar on 135.6.
1112 ATC. Can actually see some navigation lights. Right.
United 559er, contact Hong Kong approach on 123.8.
123.8 for United 559. Good day to you. Hong Kong approach, United 559 with you at 6,000 feet.
United 559er, Hong Kong departure identified. South Nossa Senhora do Carmo, QNH 1009er.
Cathay 946, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Continue your climb via BCO 2B, please.
Roger, QNH 1009, United 559.
Climbing to flight level 090, Cathay 946.
Singapore 255, climb flight level 250.
United 559er, expect the Sire 7 Charlie arrival. Descent in about 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner. Expect the ILS runway 7 left approach into Hong Kong.
Expect Sire 7 Charlie arrival descent in about 20 minutes. Expect ILS runway 7 left approach into Hong Kong. United 559.
119er, decimal 1, Tango with it.
Cathay 472, contact Hong Kong radar on 123.7.
So we're definitely going into 7 left as we were expecting.
Cathay 472.
And Sire 7 Charlie, we're going around, that's all as expected there, so no changes there.
Is with you, climbing through 2,800.
Cathay 448, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Cathay 472, climb and maintain flight level 160.
They've been given a Sire 7 Alpha.
Cathay
I'm flying Sire 7 Alpha, but there we go.
Emirates 385, contact Hong Kong radar on 125.325.
Hong Kong radar 125325, Emirates 385, goodbye.
Hong Kong departure, Cathay 767 is with you, climbing through 2,700.
Cathay 767, Hong Kong departure radar contact.
Hong Kong departure, Cathay 472 is with you at 3,000 feet.
Cathay 472, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Cathay 472, Hong Kong departure climb and maintain 5,000.
Climbing to 5,000, Cathay 472.
Vacated runway, request taxi instructions. Linear 212, vacated runway, request taxi instructions. Okay, Linear 212, we're taxiing Victor. Uniform 3, stand 207. There is... Confirm Alpha Bravo, we've landed on runway 07 right.
Cathay 946, climb and maintain flight level 150.
Climbing to flight level 150, Cafe 946.
Cafe 946, contact Hong Kong radar on 123.7.
Going to 123 decimal 7, Cafe 946. Bye-bye. Hong Kong approach, Cafe 766 is with you, descending through 10,800.
Cafe 766, Hong Kong approach, roger.
Now India 212, negative, taxi to gate via taxiway Alpha Bravo. Monitor ground frequency for further instructions.
Roger. Continue on Victor. Join Alpha. Then Bravo. Sorry, your instructions don't make sense.
Hong Kong departure, Cafe 928 is with you, climbing through 2,800.
Cafe 928, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Continue climb via Vico 2B. Cafe 472, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Cafe 472, Hong Kong departure. Climb and maintain 5,000.
Climbing to 5,000, Cafe 472.
Cafe 472, climb and maintain flight level 090.
Climb via Vico 2B, Cafe 928.
Cafe 928, climb and maintain 5,000. Cafe 472, climb and maintain flight level 170.
Climbing to flight level 170, Cafe 472.
Cafe 472, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climbing to flight level 210, Cafe 472.
Cafe 766, contact Hong Kong Tower on 118.7.
Going to 118.7. Cafe 766, bye-bye.
System 11, contact True High approach on 123.85.
That was 122.85 for System 11.
radar on 123.7.
Going to 123.7, Cafe 928. Bye-bye.
Cafe 928, climb and maintain flight level 160.
Climbing to flight level 160, Cafe 928.
contact Hong Kong approach on 119.1.
119.1, persist 1.
Cafe 928, climb and maintain flight level 100.
Climbing to flight level 100, Cafe 928.
System 11, got it. We'll be contacting Hong Kong approach on 119.1. Thanks for the heads up.
Hong Kong departure, Cafe 988. It's with you, climbing through 2,500.
Bauhinia 212, taxi to gate via taxiway Alpha Bravo. Monitor ground frequency for further instructions.
There is no taxiway Alpha Bravo. We're holding position. Being here 212. Roger. Being here 212.
Departure, Airbus 987, holding short, runway 07 right.
Airbus 987, Hong Kong departure, contact tower on 118.7 for takeoff clearance. Cathay 448, Hong Kong departure, climb and maintain flight level 100.
Climbing to flight level 100, Cafe 448. Hong Kong departure, Cathay 494, is with you, climbing through 2,700.
Cathay 494, Hong Kong departure, radar contact. Cathay 494, Hong Kong departure. Climb and maintain flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Cafe 4904.
8,000 feet, RMP Yankee 07 right, being here 212. Send 8,000 feet cleared for the RMP Yankee, runway 07 right, being here 212.
Bauhinia 212, climb flight level 240.
Approach United 559, I'm ready for descent.
United 559er, descend via Sire 7 Charlie for the ILS runway 7 left approach into Hong Kong, QNH 1010.
Descend via Sire 7 Charlie for the ILS runway 7 left approach into Hong Kong, QNH 1010, United 559.
Descend altitude 2500, maintain current heading 335 vectors for the ILS runway 7 left approach. Lufthansa 2 Bravo Hotel, climb flight level 240.
Lufthansa 2 Bravo Hotel Heavy, request flight level 050.
Walker 940, contact Hong Kong radar on 135.6.
135.6, Walker 940.
Cathay 767 Hong Kong departure, climb and maintain flight level 100.
Climbing to flight level 100, Cathay 767.
Cathay 767, contact Hong Kong approach on 119.1.
Going to 119.1. Cathay 767, good day.
Cathay 4904, contact Hong Kong approach on 119.1.
Going to 119.1, Cathay 494, good day.
United 559er, turn right heading 350.
Air System 1211, Hong Kong departure radar contact. Continue climb via OCI 1F.
Continue the Ocean 1F departure for Air System 11.
Turn right heading 350, United 559.
United 559er, 7 miles from VH 702. Turn right heading 020, descend altitude 1500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 7 left approach.
Turn right heading 020, descend altitude 1500 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 7 left approach, United 559. Turn right 020. This isn't very good air traffic control here.
United 559er, contact Hong Kong Tower on 118.7.
118.7, United 559. Hong Kong Tower, United 559 with you at 2,000 feet.
United 559er, Hong Kong Tower, radar contact established at 2,000.
Cathay 458 contact departure on 122.55.
Going to 122.55, Cathay 458.
Hong Kong Tower, United 559, established on localizer.
Cathay 459er, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.55.
United 559er, roger, continue approach. United 559er, winds 265 at 4. Runway 7 left, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 7 left, United 559.
Runway 07 right, Cathay 362 heavy.
Express 1 sorry, say again, Corp Express 1? Yes, take departure frequency.
Corp Express 1, roger, Corporate Express.
What is departure frequency, Cathay 450?
Cathay 450, contact departure.
Contact departure, Cathay 450.
Let's 25 approach. Cathay 449er.
Cathay 449er, you're welcome.
Cathay 449er is on short final. Runway 25 right. Clear to land 25 right. Cathay 449er.
25 miles southeast, inbound ILS runway 25 right approach. Hong Kong Shuttle 639er, Hong Kong Tower. QNH 1009er, cleared ILS runway 25 right approach. Cathay 362.
Hong Kong Shuttle 133, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.55.
Ground 122.55, Hong Kong Shuttle 133, thanks, Mike.
639er.
Cathay 929er, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.55.
122.55, Cathay 929. Good day.
Vision 2 Golf Papa, contact departure.
Departure, Vision 2 Golf Papa Heavy.
Contact departure, Cathay 513. Contact departure, Cathay 513, good day.
Cathay 512, say again your last transmission, please.
Contact departure, Cathay 512. Contact departure, China Eastern 113.
China Eastern 1128, contact departure.
Cathay 464.
Vision 2 Tango Whiskey, contact departure.
Takeoff runway 07 right.
Departure, Vision 2 Tango Whiskey, 90. Departure, 2 Tango Whiskey.
Cathay 742, please clarify your last transmission.
That's fully down.
Delta 12, contact departure.
Contact departure, Delta 12.
Soft landing.
Speedbird 123, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.55.
122.55, Speedbird 123.
Cathay 87, heavy welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.55.
Ground on 122.55.
It'll teach me to look at charts, won't it?
Heavy, bye-bye.
Cathay 448, contact departure on 119.1.
Contact departure on 119.1, Cathay 44.
Line up and wait. China Eastern 2090. Hong Kong Tower, Cathay 331, 37 miles north, inbound ILS.
Cathay 141, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.6.
Contact ground on 122.6, Cathay 141.
Philippines 784, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.6.
Contact ground on 122.6, Philippines 784 Heavy. Goodbye.
122.0 for Cathay 464. China Eastern 2090, QNH 1009er. Cleared for takeoff, runway 07 right.
Cathay 894, contact departure on 119.1.
Runway 07 right. China
Contact
Eastern
departure on 119.1, Cathay 8.
United 559er, welcome to Hong Kong. Contact ground on 122.6.
China Eastern 2090, contact
Cathay
Hong Kong departure on
122.6, United 559.
122.55, Cathay 385, good day.
Going to 122.6.
Cathay 472, contact departure on 123.8.
123.08, Cathay 472, bye-bye.
Cathay 928, contact departure on 123.8.
Going to 123.8, Cathay 928, bye-bye.
Hong Kong ground, United 559 with you.
United 559er, Hong Kong ground, taxi to parking via Alpha Bravo 1, Charlie.
Taxi to parking via Alpha Bravo 1 Charlie, United 559.
Just start through face north, Cathay Pacific 086, thank you.
Hong Kong ground, United 894, request push and start.
Cathay 894, push and start approved, face east. All aircraft information India is now current, QNH 1010.
Hong Kong ground, Golf Romeo Delta Hotel, request pushback and start. Pushback and start approved, facing north, Golf Romeo Delta Hotel.
Cathay 464, request taxi runway.
All aircraft be advised, information Lima is now current, QNH 1026.
Taxi runway 7 via November 1 Mike Bravo. Conduct RN 118.7 ready for departure. Cathay 464 heavy.
Cathay 351, request exit.
Cathay 351, startup approved.
Cathay 351, request exit. Cathay 351, runway 07, right departure.
Hong Kong ground, United 559. Which gate for parking have you assigned me to, please?
All aircraft information uniform is now current, QNH 1011.
Whiskey 2, Whiskey Juliet, Juliet 1, 7 right, Cathay 901 heavy.
United 559er, taxi to parking via Alpha, Bravo 1, Charlie. Gate assignment will be provided by the ground crew upon arrival. Cathay 691, contact tower on 118.7, safe flight.
18.7, Cathay 691.
All aircraft be advised, information Papa is now current, QNH 1010.
Tower 118.7, bye-bye, Cathay 634.
Media 1, request taxi.
Valhania 1, pushback and start approved, face north.
Media 1, request taxi.
Cathay 888, contact tower on 118.7, take care.
118.7, good day. Request pushback and start up.
Hong Kong ground, United 559. I'm unfamiliar with the airport. I'm at Charlie 7. Can you give me progressive taxi instructions, please?
United 559er turning on taxi path for you. Follow the lights to your parking spot.
Roger, received.
Cathay 888, contact tower on 118.7.
118.7, Cathay 88.
Wrong Cathay 316, request push and start.
Cathay 316, push and start approved. Face southwest.
Push and start approved, face southwest, Cathay 316.
Ground, Vision Tickle Pump, request push and start.
Hong Kong ground, request push and start, face south.
Cathay 362, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Hong Kong ground, good day. Philippine 784 Heavy. Request taxi to runway 25 center.
Philippine 784, push and start approved. Face northwest.
Philippine 784, request taxi to runway 25 center. Taxi to runway 25 center via Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1, Whiskey Alpha, Philippine 784 Heavy.
All aircraft be advised, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1021.
Signal efficient tickle Papa.
Timbit 550.
Timbit 5509, pushback approved. Face northwest.
Request taxi. Request taxi. Timbit 509. Taxi runway 7 right via Hotel 9, Hotel 7, Hotel Juliet 1. Timbit 5. Ground Cathay 526 Heavy at gate November 28, requesting push and start.
Cathay 526, push and start approved. Face west.
West Cathay 526 Heavy.
Cathay 147 Heavy, request taxi.
Cathay 147, pushback approved. Face west.
Request taxi, Cathay 147 Heavy. Taxi to runway 25 center via Hotel 7, Hotel Whiskey Alpha, Cathay 147 Heavy.
Speedbird 32, request progressive taxi to the runway.
Speedbird 32, push and start approved. Face northeast.
Ground Speedbird 32, request progressive taxi to runway 7 Charlie. Cathay 54, contact tower on 118.7, take care.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 54, have a good morning.
Well, there's an aircraft parked on my spot. So we'll find out what spot this is after I get out.
Ground Cathay 512, information Juliet, stand X-ray 451 requesting start push.
Cathay 512, push back and start approved, face north.
Push back and start approved, face north, Cathay 512. Well, not quite where air traffic wanted me to go, and air traffic didn't know where they wanted me to go. I don't know.